Hey, YouTube, how you doing? This is Calvin with another episode of the Bobo and Friends podcast. I'm here with my co-host Derek. How's it going, Derek?
Great.
Awesome,
Fabulous.
awesome. So, hey, YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you get notifications when we do go live or when we do upload any content in the future. So, all right, Derek, I'll let you kick it off this time. What do you want to talk about?
So, a couple of observations. One, Boston is really, really good. I didn't think that they would dominate the Cavaliers like this. They're really good. I know that's being Captain Obvious, but they are super good. And I didn't realize, we've talked about a couple of podcasts now about the importance of coaching and Brad Stevens and how good he is. I did not take into the account of how many first rounders are actually in that starting lineup. And it makes me wonder if you're now in a quandary when Kyrie and Gordon Hayward do come back because you have a wealth of talent. Can you have too much? You know what I'm saying? So what do you do? Because obviously some of these guys are going to end up on the bench. But I'm super surprised that they're up 0-2. I kind of expect them to go ahead and I still think this is going 7. I still think this is going 7.
I think it's going 7. No, I'm sticking to my original one. I really don't think Boston is that good. I think Cleveland as a team, supporting cast specifically, are that bad or can be that bad at a very crucial time of the season, right?
Right.
So yes, I am surprised that it's 0-2. But I'm willing to just go with, when I'm speaking specifically on game 2, when LeBron James scores has a 40-point triple double, and Kevin Love gives you
19, did he give you?
Oh, he had 20.
He got 22, something like
22 and 15.
Still wasn't enough, bro.
You're supposed, but it should be enough.
It should be. But J.R. Smith didn't show up.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The supporting cast. I mean, Corver was the next leading scorer. He gave him 11. Tristan Thompson, I believe, was the 4th leading scorer. He gave him, I believe, 8. There's no reason why J.R. Smith shouldn't be contributing as a starter.
But he's always been that way.
14
you
points.
You shouldn't be surprised. He's always been that way. You know what I'm saying? It's always been that way. It wasn't he on the team that beat the 73-9 Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always been that way. So that's no shocker. Like,
but
I'm not surprised at that.
If not him, somebody. I mean,
but I think overall they're a better team than Cleveland. The sum of the parts are better, bro.
Okay.
Over there on their side.
Well, no, I don't, not right now. No. If you had Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, I would say yes. But right now, I don't see that.
How? They're up 0-2?
Well, they're beating them, but
not only are they beating them, bro, they are dominating them.
So when this gets tied up, if this gets tied up 2-2, let me throw that qualifier out there.
Yeah, if it gets tied up 2-2,
will you change your thinking?
No.
Okay.
No.
So 2-2, Boston is still a better team in your eyes.
I do.
Okay.
Based on what I've seen out of the first 2 games, I think they're better.
Well, I see. My thing is, I really don't count. I don't count game 1. I mean, it counts, but the way that game happened, it was a blowout from start to finish.
And the second game, they came back on them. So what does that tell you?
Well, I mean, Cleveland packed it in defensively in the second half. And and LeBron James seemed a little he seemed to take his foot off the accelerator in the second quarter after he
He
took
still
that.
had 40-something points.
I know that, but his aggressiveness lacked up. Think about it. He had 21 points
He
in the
had
first
21
quarter.
points in the first quarter.
Okay.
I get it.
So that means the other three quarters he only had 20 something points.
But hold on. I get it. I feel it. But however, I think the defense of the Celtics had a little bit to do with that. Not all, but a little bit to do with that. They got better, I think, as it went on. But also, when you're not hitting, that doesn't help either. He wasn't hitting. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't hitting. I don't think it was a matter of aggression. He wasn't making the shots that he was making in the first half.
Right.
So I don't think it was a matter of him taking his foot off the gas, dude. He ran into that. I mean, and it really didn't get out of hand until close to the end. Honestly, they were kind of in it the whole thing, or the whole time, but it really didn't get out of hand to the end. But I still think, man, I can't. It's hard now. If they split, it's not going 7. If they split these 2 games and somehow Boston wins one of these games, it's not going 7.
No, I agree.
It's not going 7.
Well, I'm still sticking with my prediction. I'm still going Cavs in 6. I foresee them. I can see them.
Besides LeBron James, hold on. Besides LeBron James, what makes you think they can beat them? Besides that obvious factor.
Well, I mean, if Kevin Love keeps playing the way he do, and just somebody contributes more beyond that, which see, I don't think that's a tall task.
It's not, but I think they have people that can defend these guys, though. But because people are dismissing the fact that this team over the regular season, and I'm not a Boston fan, but I do look at this kind of stuff. They were ranked number 1. It's not like their defense is a fluke all of a sudden, and now, wow, people are, look at Boston and the defense. Dude, they've been that good all year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They've been that good all year. So it's not like, I don't think it's necessarily an issue of they're not stepping up. I think it's an issue of they're not being allowed to be able to step. I mean, the defense, unless they make some kind of adjustments, which I don't know what they can really do, I think Boston is just playing a better brand of defense and a better brand of ball than they are right now.
Okay. I give you that. I'll give you that.
And this whole idea, I gotta say this real quick, that who's had less to work with. Come on with the Boston thing. They're all first rounders, and I had to realize that the other day when they were talking about how great Brad Stevens is. But that's true. He also he does have the players, and that brings back what we were talking about earlier. I think it's a combination of both. It's not solely about the coaching. Go ahead.
So a lot has to do with the front office.
A lot has to do with the front office, and a lot has to do with
and when I say that is, the picks that they've amassed. You think about Danny Ainge was
Danny Ainge has been brilliant, man.
Yeah, he was
brilliant
when he put Garnett, and when he brought Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen to the team. Was that 07 or 08?
08. That was 07, 08.
Yeah, because they didn't win it the first time. I think they won it the second year. Is that right? Or maybe they did win it.
No. They won it the first year. They went 66 and 16.
Okay, so they did win it the first year. So they he won a title. But when the sun was setting on that team, and
he knew when to tear it down, though.
Well, he knew when to tear it down because Doc Rivers was trying to jump ship. Doc Rivers was trying to getting a better deal with the Clippers, and he traded Garnett and Paul Pierce to Brooklyn for parts and picks.
Parts and picks, yeah.
So,
which was brilliant on his part.
Here's my thing. So they should have had a lottery pick this draft, but they obviously took that pick from Brooklyn and packaged it with items with Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder and another piece and other assets and ship that off to Cleveland for Kyrie Irving. So here you are, you're not even playing with what you got back, right? You got Kyrie Irving,
and you're still in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
So
they're in the Eastern Conference Finals without playing with that asset that they got for that pick. So could have had that pick, and next year they got Sacramento's lottery pick next year.
They're gonna be good for a while, bro.
If
things stay in place, they're gonna be good for a while. And they're getting Kyrie and Gordon Hayward back.
And to me, it really goes to show how the Cavalier franchise is being ran. You've had LeBron James 11 out of 15 seasons.
Right.
And he really did the franchise a favor by leaving. I mean, since he did return, right?
Well, yeah.
Because they had lottery pick after lottery pick. And the only thing that really panned out was Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, we talked about that too, and that's kind of weird though. And
so to me, you for those 4 seasons, you really
did nothing.
Well, it was actually, I believe it was just 3, right? Because he was gone 4 years.
Yeah.
They didn't get the lottery pick the first year because the year after he left, they made it to the playoffs. They made it to the second round. So those 3 seasons that preceded that, one draft was Kyrie Irving.
One draft Wiggins.
Well, that was the last draft. The last that was the draft that would have bridged LeBron. Remember, and they packaged Wiggins to Minnesota.
Right.
It was Wiggins and Anthony Bennett. Basically, they 2 previous first overall picks, number 1 overall picks,
right,
to get Kevin Love. So to me, you should have did better with.
What does that say about your evaluation of talent then, though?
Well, first of all, those individuals, and that's another thing. The people who the individuals who made those decisions aren't even with the franchise anymore, or if they are, they were way down the list because Cleveland has been through like 3 GMs.
Yeah.
Since I think they're on their 3rd GM since LeBron's been back, I believe.
Yep.
I mean, so.
And the other 2, I don't think are working in the league right now. Danny Ferry's not in the league, and I can't remember who the.
Well, Danny Ferry's only in the league because he got himself in more hot water after he left. Because he actually didn't get fired. He resigned. He resigned the summer LeBron left. He actually left before,
which was a smart move on his part. I think
before LeBron officially left because he got let go. He got let go before that free agency, before the decision happened. So he was.
I thought he got let go after that.
No,
he got let before that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That should have been an indication to think, because what was happening was Dan Gilbert was freaking out because he couldn't get LeBron's attention. They didn't know what because they had fired Mike Brown. They fired Mike Brown, and then Danny Ferry resigned. So it's just been, I don't know. To me, it just goes to show that a lot of front offices do not know what they're doing. And I hate to say it, but Cleveland's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you got lucky on the Kyrie Irving pick because that wasn't even your pick,
right?
That was another idiot owner making a dumb decision that you were able to
reap the benefits of, basically.
Exactly. So if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't even made yourself attractive enough to get him to come back.
True.
So And I'm going back, and I believe it was the draft. Was it So it must have been the Irving draft where they drafted Kyrie, and then I think they drafted Tristan Thompson. And then I believe the next year was like Deion Waiters, and then the next year was Anthony Bennett, and then the next year was Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, none of whom are doing a thing right now.
Well, I mean, Andrew Wiggins is a starter, right? I mean, but he's not.
But he wouldn't have been what he was cracked up to be.
He's not even he's not an all-star. Let's put it that way. He's not an all-star, so he's not living up to first overall pick status. And that's my point. All the guys I just named you were drafted in the top 5,
right,
of their respective drafts. So, and that's who Cleveland has drafted. You're lucky that Andrew Wiggins didn't play a game yet, and you're able to ship him off to get Kevin Love to get to get the piece you wanted. Instead of working with a raw college talent. So that I can go on and on, obviously, but a lot of it. I mean, yeah. So in the case of Boston, it's got something to do with the front office making the right hires,
and that talent that's on the floor.
Yes, even from the standpoint of the coach, for him to Doc Rivers leave, okay. I'm basically going to hire a rookie head coach in the NBA. I mean,
straight out of college,
a young dude out. Yes.
And I can't remember what college he was in at the moment.
But he was at Butler, right?
Butler.
Yeah.
He was at Butler. I had never heard of him until he got to the NBA, and then I was like, oh, that's dude from Butler.
Yeah. So a lot has to do with the front office, the coaching staff, and the players on the court.
Yeah, and he's so calm, man, on the side. Like, notice how cool he is when things are going wrong and when things are going well. Yeah. He's just so chill. You know what I'm saying? He just chill.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a combination of things, but I think, man, honestly, I think it's going to be a tough sledding for them. Even though Boston's not been good on the road at all.
Right.
That's the only hope that Cleveland has, in my opinion. The fact that they can bank on the fact that they don't play well on the road. But if they get one of these two, nope, they'll wrap it up Wednesday or Thursday whenever they get ready to go back to the other thing. So, you want to move on to the West?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just chop up the Western Conference Series. So
you go first.
All right. So obviously, unlike the Eastern Conference Finals, this one's 1-1. Houston came out, and what I noted about my biggest takeaway was the supporting cast. Trevor Ariza and PJ Tucker really provided some much needed offense.
Harden went 3 for 15, and they still got away with blowing them out.
Yeah, so I thought that was impressive. I don't know if they'll be able to sustain that. If need be. But that was definitely a good win for them. Yeah, they needed that win because
they needed it.
They didn't want to. You didn't want to.
You don't want to go down 0-2 going to Oracle, bro.
Exactly.
Not where you want to be.
Exactly.
At all.
So this is now it's time for, I think, for Kevin Harden to it's time for Kevin
Harden. Wow.
You talking about
James Harden
to pull out a 40-point game or something,
I don't think he'll need to do that though. If they played the way they played was it Tuesday night or Wednesday night? No, Monday night.
No, that was
it was Tuesday night.
No, it was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday night. Okay. So if they played the way they played Wednesday night,
mm-hmm.
that's going to be a really competitive game. And that's a pick'em game. To me, that's a pick'em game. Like if they played as well as they played Wednesday night, that's going to be a close game, and either team could win that game. To me, I'm not. I'm not one of them that the Warriors they just don't have enough to beat the Warriors. The Warriors are just overwhelmingly just so much better. I disagree with that. Like the narrative that the media is throwing out there is like, oh my God, it's over. Game one, it was over.
Well, yeah, I agree. And I'll give you my thoughts on the media after we, as a sidebar, after we really talk about the series. So, so what do you expect to happen tomorrow night?
I think it'll be close. I think it'll come down to whoever has that ball last, because I don't think they're going to be able to stop one another if it comes down to like a points race, because they're both prolific. They both have prolific scores. Granted, Golden State has more prolific scores than they do. They only have really two, and if you catch them on the right day, like PJ Tucker played well, Ariza played out of his mind. I mean, everybody played well, but you're not. I ain't gonna say you're not gonna get that again. You may not get that again. I don't know. But if you do get that again, I think it's gonna be a wild game. I think it's gonna be in the high hundreds, and probably be like a 4 or 5 point game.
Okay. I'm willing to. I'm gonna take the Warriors. In game 3. I think behind their home crowd, I think that'll get them going enough. I think it'll be close, but I think Golden State ultimately will pull out game 3.
I'll tell you one thing: if Steph Curry don't wake up and they continue on the vein of letting Kevin Durant just be the main scorer, they're gonna be in trouble. You can't do it.
I disagree with that, dude. Just Curry on the court.
But he does you no good if he's not hitting though.
Here's one of the beautiful things about Golden State, which really, in my opinion, makes them this made them very hard to defend, specifically the last 2 seasons, is that whenever they go to that lineup where of Draymond Green, Iguodala, Kevin Durant, Curry, and Klay Thompson, you can't double team anybody. You can't double team. So if all Durant needs is one-on-one action,
but that's all he's ever gonna get. Because you can't double team anybody.
Okay, exactly. So that there you go. So if he beats this man off the dribble, you're shooting yourself in the foot if you come and help. If you give that defender any help.
But if the other people aren't doing anything, and you can't count on this happening every time,
really want but with that lineup, you can't take that chance. You shooting yourself in the foot when you take.
But that's right. I get it. But what I'm saying is, if the other people aren't doing anything, then fine, don't double team him. But you can't double team him regardless. So, like you're saying, that would be deadly. You can't do it.
They don't. That's the problem. They don't double team him.
You can't though. Like you said, you can't double team.
That's my point. So what I'm saying is, his Curry just being on the court takes that away. If Curry's injured, which they are a different team while he was injured, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't have and Curry's the ultimate one because he's the one you really got to keep an eye on because he can shoot it from dang near half court. So whereas where you can cheat until he gets to the 3-point line, you can't even do that anymore when he's in the lineup.
I was talking to my best friend about this, and he was like, "Man, our coaches, if we were picking somebody up from way out there, would cuss us out."
But you got to.
But you have to.
Yes, because if you don't, you're going to.
He's changed the game that much, and I hate to give him that kind of love because I can't stand him. But he has changed the game just that much where now you have to go out there and guard him. There's nobody in the NBA that devastating.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
You have to guard him out there. You
Right.
can't be like, well, he ain't gonna hit from out there, so I'm gonna let him go ahead and take
Right.
that. Nope. Gotta guard him.
So, like I said,
I still
I
don't
did.
think he can do it by himself
Okay,
getting 38 again.
and I'm gonna give you another thing when it comes to Curry, and I'm really just gonna go off the finals. They've been to the finals 3 straight years. Curry's played like garbage in all 3 finals.
Very well.
Ain't no well. His numbers are horrific in the finals. I'll have to delve and see what his playoff numbers have been the last 3 years. But the finals, because the first year that when they played Cleveland that first year, everybody played like Bobo statistically because Iguodala was the MVP and he was coming off the bench for half of the series until they put him in the starting lineup. I believe the last 2 games or something like that. Then the next year, LeBron was, they lost but Curry didn't play well. And last year, Curry didn't play well. So I know for a fact, all 3 finals, Curry has not played well. So what I'm saying is this team's got 2
But in
titles.
2 of the 3 finals, he's been quote unquote injured. Think about that now. He was injured. 2 of the 3 finals, he's been injured.
Okay, and he may not even be 100% now. We don't know.
He's not.
Right?
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
Okay, but that's my point. All I'm trying to say is this team's got 2 titles, and you just said that if he continue that way, that's not going to work for them. I think it will work for them, is what I'm trying to say.
But they were also not playing a team that could match them point for point. You did not mention that. You ain't thought about that. See, this team that they're playing now can match them. Like if they get down 10, it ain't over. Like most teams, if you get down 10 or 20 or 15, it's over. Not with Houston. They've never come up on a caliber of team like this. That's why I said this won't work. That's why I don't believe it will work, because I think Houston has more weapons than most of the teams that they've had to deal with in the West in the last few years. Certainly better than Oklahoma City.
Dude, you're right. They do have the weapons. They have the firepower, but they're very erratic, man. They make a lot of dumb decisions.
Yeah, and the coach, and I hate to jump on him because until he does what he needs to do, and I think he will. But Mister, I'm not going to change anything, dude. You have to. What they were doing Monday got them. Whatever day that game 1 was, Monday. Whatever they did Monday, dude, got them killed. Man. He talking about he wasn't going to change nothing, but dude, you gotta change something. That ISO ball, what my best friend calls high school park ball. You can't do that against Golden State. What they need to do is what they did Wednesday.
Yeah, yes, you can. You can.
You can't win and do that. Obviously, Monday showed that. If you notice the difference in when they went down the court and got a shot, and versus when Houston went down, dude, it was so laborious to watch Houston try to manufacture a shot with the clock going down. Golden State was down there moving the ball, bloop, 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 with ease, hitting. They get back down there. Houston was dribble. You could hear dribble. It was like watching paint dry. It was so rough Monday night. It was so rough Monday night, bro. If you watch the difference in them. But then Wednesday, what did you see? Ball movement. Well, open people. Now, granted, Golden State probably didn't play its best defensive game. Obviously. When you get beat 127 to 105 or some crazy junk like that.
Right.
Dude, I think that they're getting a different animal now. Of course, they're confident. They're the champion. You know what I'm saying? Until you take it away from them, they are the team to beat. But I think if anybody's going to beat them, this is going to be the team to do it in the West. There's nobody else, I think.
Oh, it's the only team left, Derek.
But I'm talking about
going
forward.
I'm just
you splitting head. Right. It's the only team left. Because as much as I love Boston, they won't beat them. You know, nobody's gonna beat from the East is gonna beat either one of these teams coming out of the West.
Right.
I just can't see it.
Right.
Nice story, Boston, but I can't see it. If you get there, you might. I don't think you're gonna get run out of the gym like Cleveland will. I think at least Boston will get a game or two. But dude, if Cleveland get in there, I dare I say I think they'll get swept. They'll get swept, bro.
I'll worry about that when they get there.
If they get there. But yeah. So yeah, I think this is a different animal for Golden State. So I do believe that that's a terror. To let him just go off by himself, sure, they can't guard him one-on-one. Nobody can, but they have things to counter him. Like they can do stuff that other teams hadn't been able to do.
Well, I tell you this though, if Houston's gonna knock them off, they better do it this year because
they have to because Chris Paul's up.
Well, no, Chris Paul ain't up. I mean, his contract is technically will be up,
yes.
But he's kind of aged this season in my eyes.
Dude, he's still playing at an elite level at 33.
He looks more like a wild. He looks like a wily veteran
out there to me.
I think he's hurt, and maybe that's what it is.
Because
he
Wednesday night he was having some problems.
He looks like a 33-year-old out there. And I guess that's not a good thing when you're playing with 20-something-year-olds sometimes, right? But
right, but you're right. They have to do it this year because that's this their only window, I think. Because I think all the rest of these guys are free agents except for Harden. No,
I don't know. I have to look that up.
Look at that, but I know he is due to be up after this season.
Yeah, he didn't. So they didn't work out an extension?
I don't think so. I could be wrong. We might have to stand by on that real quick.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. Hold on. Houston. So no, Eric Gordon's still there. Tucker Ariza's a free agent. Chris Paul a free agent.
Yeah.
And Capella,
is a free agent.
He's a restricted free agent though.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna pay him like that.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. They'll pay him. Well,
we'll see.
But he's restricted though, so
somebody would have to match it, right? Or no, I don't know how it works in the NBA quite with that restricted, but I think they have to match it.
Yeah. So he's restricted, right? Harden got one more year left. Oh my geez. Ryan Anderson is making $19.5 million this season.
For what?
And is scheduled to make $20 million next year, then $21 million the following year.
Are you kidding me? Wow. That's wild, man.
I mean, Eric Gordon don't even come cheap. He's making $13 million.
Well, that's that NBA money, man. They can do that.
I know.
God, goodness. But they had to give it away some way, man. That TV money was a beast, so they had to end up giving people money that didn't deserve it. They had to get that money away. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I hear you, but when you got ridiculous. You got a guy who,
dude, I heard Ryan Anderson name called, mentioned not once.
He's played a little bit. Like, let's see, he played. Oh dang, he only played 4 minutes.
I was going to say, I don't think they mentioned his name not once.
I knew it
was in passing.
I knew I seen him out there, but he didn't shoot the ball. He played 4 minutes, and he got an assist.
Wow, way to get it going, bro.
That was all. So I mean, they're really only playing six guys. The starting five. And Eric Gordon played 33 minutes off the bench, and Gerald Green played 15 minutes off the bench.
So I
Net.
wonder if Game One would have been different had Ariza not gotten foul trouble, because a couple of their players was in foul trouble in Game One.
I don't know.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Um, but yeah, I mean, hey, they got to do it this year. If they don't do it this year, they're gonna be. I don't know what's gonna happen, what they're gonna look like next year. But I think this is their best chance to do it. Right. And the fact that the guy opened up and said that they were obsessed with beating the Warriors kind of worried me, man. When I hear a team say that, like, man, you never say that, though, man. You just never say it out loud.
Right.
He literally said, "Oh yeah, we're obsessed with beating the Warriors." Bruh, don't do it to yourself. Now, if they beat them, it's one thing, but man, you don't never let your opponent know that you don't never let nobody know that kind of stuff.
Right. I guess you don't want to give them any,
Yeah, you don't want to, man. Not that they need it. I mean, they do. The Warriors have nothing to prove in my eyes. I don't like them, but they don't have anything to prove. They everybody else in chase mode. They have nothing. If they don't win another title, they got nothing to prove. They did what they needed to do.
Well, you're right. If they don't win the title, but that's the whole thing is you got teams that are chasing them, trying to knock them off. That, you know what I'm saying? They won.
So to me,
two out of three titles, right?
And I know, but to me though, when you hear stuff like that, you got to just laugh. Well, we obsessed with beat. If I'm them, I'm like, man, please.
And when and shoots, they to me, they really need this one to qualify as, some sort of dynasty, right? I mean, you gotta
No, to me, they already a dynasty. You go into the finals. What's three straight years? You already a dynasty, whether you win it or not.
But I don't know. You just never went back to back. You got to kind of win it back to back to kind of constitute a.
Yeah, well, they may do it. They may do it this year. We'll see. I'm hoping they don't. I really would like to see Houston get there.
I mean, they definitely. I mean, I'm not saying I don't consider them that, but I think to kind of cement that legacy in there, where when we look back on it, 15, 20 years from now, like we do, when we talk about, whether we talk about the 80s or 90s. Obviously the 90s is what comes to our mind the most because, like San Antonio, for example, they won like what 4 titles in.
But I would never consider them a dynasty, really.
And to me, I don't either. And the reason why I don't is because they never won it back to back.
Never. It was different periods of time. But their sustained greatness is unmatched. Like 25 years, bro. And they've been in the playoffs. Nobody has done that. So, in that respect, they weren't a dynasty, but their greatness was consistent. You know what I'm saying? They were consistently good for 20 some odd years. Didn't hurt that they had 2 Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At all, but. Yeah,
I mean, I think their best. Yeah, I think they they went one stretch. They won it in 2003, they won it in 2005, and they won it in 2007. So,
and then they turned around and won it in what 24 against the Cavs.
Yeah,
too, right?
then they won it in. Well, that was the one in 2007 when they swept Cleveland. And then in 2014, that was when they beat Miami in 6 games.
Yeah, so they've been really good for a long time. But in order for them, they need to go back to back. You go back to back. To me, you're already a dynasty. But if you go back to back, you pretty in there. But I suspect. What do you think's gonna happen tonight?
Tonight, I think Cleveland wins tonight. This is their season on the line right here. So, they have to definitely win tonight, and I think they do win. It might be close, like super close, last possession type mess, but
A bailout by LeBron mess. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe even an overtime. I hope we see an overtime game. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see an overtime game.
I'm okay with an overtime game on the weekend. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Well, of
Sat-
course.
a Saturday night.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Cleveland as well. I think Cleveland gets this one, but Boston ultimately gets the one on Monday, and we'll see what happens, man. From there, I don't think Cleveland's gonna take all two, but I think they're gonna split them. And somehow somebody got to get one on the road in order to make this interesting.
I'm going with like I said, dude. I think Cleveland's gonna win the next 3. I think Cleveland gonna win the next 4, man.
Oh, so you think they're gonna beat Boston 4 times in a row?
Yep, starting tonight.
Wow.
Somebody else is going to step up.
Are you speaking as a objective fan, or are you speaking as a hopeful fan of your team that's going to happen?
I'm gonna plead the fifth, Derek.
You know what
no,
you're speaking from your heart, brother, and that's okay. You're a fan.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know where I'm speaking from. I'm going off I'm really going off
feeling, maybe.
Well, it's that and what I've seen so far this year. You know, this team shouldn't have got in the first round.
They really shouldn't have. But
you go from this you get into this knockdown drag out with the Indiana Pacers, and then you jump up and you sweeping the number 1 seed. I mean, and I'm just going off of that. Just think of that emotional roller coaster ride you're on. You know what I'm saying? And now you're down 0-2. So I'm like,
but they're down 0. They're down 0-2 to a better team, though.
In my opinion, I think the ride's going back up now, and I think it's going to start tonight.
This ain't Indiana, bro.
So, like I said, I don't know. Back to your question, I don't know if this is me being objective. I don't know if this is my homerism kicking in. I have no idea.
So,
wow,
I'm kind of shocked.
So based off of that, let me just. So here's my thing with the media. Like, they always treat these teams like you're only as good as your last game. If you notice that, whenever these teams, these games, and especially, don't let these analysts and commentators get their picks wrong. They really, really come down hard if they. I mean, when you see this team going, you know, these analysts go Cleveland in 6, Cleveland in 7, and when they gotta eat crow, they're like, man, I ain't eating all this crow on my own. I'm taking it out on them, and they make them look as bad as they possibly can.
Oh man, you should have heard it Monday night. Oh man, they just don't have enough. Even people that my friends are talking, Houston just don't have enough. It's over,
right,
man. If they go down 0-2. I'm like, dude, this team won 65 freaking games, which doesn't matter.
That's my point. Is you in their eyes, you're only as good as your last game.
Dude, I wasn't worried at all. I wasn't never sitting up there like, oh man, it's over. Now, if they go down 0-2, you got a tough hill to climb. It still ain't over.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing I noticed. I really believe this with like Charles Barkley, because you know he's an admitted gambler. I think he takes his losses out on those teams when he pick a team and that he may have betted money on.
Yeah,
he's really pissed. He really lay down the hammer on how sorry they are when they done lost him some money.
Oh, Monday, you should have heard him. Oh man, they playing. This is horrible basketball. This is boring to watch. Him and Shaq. This is boring to watch, and it was. In his defense, it was boring to watch because they wasn't moving the ball at all. But 4 straight. Wow.
So that's we'll see what happens.
Dude, if they come back and do that, I will eat crow on this podcast. I will come in here and just love on you. I'll be like, dog, you was right. Well, boy, that's a tall task, especially when they don't have home court. I probably could go with that if they had home court. But they got to go and try to win in Boston to do that.
They're going to win Game 5 in Boston.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm telling you, if they split, it's a ball game. It's okay. It's ball game.
We shall see. We shall see.
We shall. But yeah, you're right about the media, and they're like the stock market, man. They get over panicky. You know, when you go, you know how the stock. You know, if Apple go down 2%, everybody's selling because they panicking.
Right.
That's how this media is. It's like, oh, I don't know how Houston's gonna beat them. I don't know, dude. It's one game. And then now all of a sudden, but the difference is in game 2, they didn't give Houston no love. They was like, yeah, but the Warriors, they still don't have enough.
Right.
They still don't have enough. So it's still over, in my opinion. That's my whole thing. That's what I was like, dude. Y'all just garbage. I can't. Like, I'm watching these games and I'm just like, bro, y'all just need to calm it down. Calm it down. So that's all I got, man, with that.
So the NBA draft lottery was also that was Tuesday. No, that Wednesday.
No, that was Tuesday night, right before the Cleveland game, I believe.
So Phoenix has the first pick, right?
Right, they do, and he said he's open to trading that pick. Actually,
do you ever recall Phoenix ever having the first overall pick?
I don't. I have not. I have not recalled that, and I could do some quick.
That was kind of.
Let me look.
There was one. No, never mind. I thought. Philadelphia. Philadelphia has the 10th pick.
Oh,
from a trade. Really? Yeah, it looks like
this year.
Yeah. It looks like
I didn't watch it all.
It looked like this pick originally belonged to Phoenix. And it looks like it was then Phoenix must have traded it to the Lakers, and the Lakers somehow traded it to Philadelphia.
Well, then he talking about trading again. The owner was like, "Hey, I ain't opposed."
Phoenix?
Yeah, he talking about he ain't opposed. They ain't opposed to trading this pick.
Well, that tells me that they don't think there's nobody that good enough.
Obviously, yeah, apparently
coming out.
Apparently,
which I don't know. I haven't
followed it like that, so I have no idea.
All I really watched was the tournament this year, and I only remember certain fragments of the tournament, so I can't even.
I started watching it after the Gators got put out, honestly, and then I ended up watching. I think I watched a little bit of the Final Four.
Were they out? They didn't go out the first round, did they?
Nah, they went out. Was it the Elite Eight that they got put out? I can't
Gators?
remember. Yeah, don't quote me on
No, they didn't make it that far.
They might have made it to the Sweet 16. I can't remember now.
Okay. So, yeah, I can't. I mean, Cleveland got the 8th pick, but that ain't gonna mean nothing.
LeBron ain't there.
I know. And if he stayed, he obviously probably going to trade that pick to upgrade to some sort of veteran that can
do something. Yeah,
keep them there. So, or to keep them make them get them where they need to be as far as night in and night out, because somebody else needs to be a serious threat on both ends of the court, not just one end of the court at that. So,
good luck on that.
Yeah, the rest of these teams, I don't see any of these teams doing nothing that can
help their cause,
massively turn them around. I mean,
I don't even dude. Ain't nobody out there. And the foreign guy, I can't remember his name right offhand. The guy from overseas, like I said earlier, may not even is in kind of a flux. Whether he's 19 and they're comparing him to like maybe Dirk, one of the players, Drazen Petrovic type. if you remember Drazen Petrovic.
Yes, I remember him.
From the Nets. They're comparing this young man to him. He's 19, but he may not even come to the States. So I can't remember his name. And I can't pull it up right now.
I'm taking a look right quick, and there's a lot of names, so I can't even. I don't know.
Starts with
I
an
can't.
A. Andrea something.
Andre
something. I can't remember. He's out of one of them European countries.
Yeah, we'll have to
touch on that another time. But
we'll probably just touch on that when the draft happens. How about that?
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Because if he don't come, then it's definitely an afterthought, and if he does come, it'll be something to talk about. So we'll see what happens. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I don't know. I just look at something where when we talk about the draft, how is it going to affect what's next? And right now I don't see it. I don't based off the order, based off of who's in the lottery. I mean, the only good takeaway I see from this is Philadelphia with the number 10th pick.
Yeah, but who's
but what I'm saying is a team that made it to the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And who has a promising future as long as the guys stay healthy that they have.
That's an if with Joel Embiid. That's a big if.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree with that. So that's
big if. He couldn't even stay healthy this year.
And that's why I threw that out there. Well, they was real scared of him this year. Well, they wouldn't most of the regular season. They didn't let him play in back-to-backs.
I noticed that. Yeah,
because they're being cautious with him, and then he took that elbow to the face.
Broke his orbital bone and had to wear that mask.
Right.
And they wasn't trying to let him come back then. And
right. So we'll have to see what happens, man.
Yeah.
So that's all I got, man.
All I got, man, as well. So a little short one today, but not a lot going on until the night and Monday. So we'll know.
Let's So I guess we can definitely maybe hook up after game 3 of the
Western.
So wait a minute, it'll be every other day.
It'll be every other day. So we can do it.
Let's try to let's hopefully we can hook up after both teams play their game 3. So I guess that can be after tomorrow night.
That'll be after tomorrow night, yeah.
So hopefully we can hook up late tomorrow night or early Monday or something like that.
Yeah. So that'll be dope. So we can do that. So it's been a pleasure, man, as always. And y'all don't forget to hit that button. We told y'all that at the beginning, but we're gonna tell you again. Hit that like, hit that subscribe so you know when we go live.
Yes. Thank you, Derek. All right, take care, YouTube.
Later, YouTube.